2 videos in 1 week. Is everything okay? I'll tell you who isn't feeling okay. Coinbase. They have come out and admitted that they have been hacked. So let's look at what happened, who it affected, what Coinbase has done about it, and most importantly, answer the question of, can we still trust Coinbase with our money? Let's go.
So the nature of the problem is that the advantage is always with the bad guy.
It's textbook, isn't it? I made a video talking about Coinbase where I said, Coinbase is reputable, secure and easy to use. But I also said in that video, because hacks are a very real threat. Anyone with an online presence or a website is in a constant battle with malicious attackers, cyber criminals and scammers, as you'll probably know if you follow me on Instagram. A senior executive at Barclays Bank admitted that their website is targeted thousands of times a day. Imagine their website was one of their high street banks, like one of the storefronts, and there was thousands of people a day just trying to break in through the front door, and you got your 2 counter staff just behind the door like, "You shall not pass!" The internet is a weird place. So when you have a newly emerging asset class operating in an unregulated space, where the response to victims of crime seems to be losers weepers, it's no surprise that every Tom, Dick and hacker is trying to get their hands on your Doge.
Police are calling a mob shoplifting incident.
But recent news that Coinbase, one of the most reputable and trusted crypto exchanges in the world, was subject to a hack that resulted in nearly 6,000 customers losing some or all of their assets is still concerning all the same. This is Coinbase after all. Compliance-driven, market-listed, we charge shed loads of fees because we're so secure, Coinbase. So what happened? Coinbase actually released a statement on this, which I will now read out. The third party took advantage of a flaw in Coinbase's SMS account recovery process. As soon as Coinbase learned of this issue, we updated our SMS account recovery protocols to prevent any further bypassing of that authentication process. The attacks could only exploit this bug only if they knew the victim's username and password. While we are not able to determine conclusively how these third parties gained access to this information, this type of campaign typically involves phishing attacks or other social engineering techniques to trick a victim into unknowingly disclosing login details or credentials to a bad actor.
How could you do this to me? I gave you 7 years of my life.
We have not found any evidence that these third parties obtained this information from inside Coinbase itself. Some customers have already been reimbursed. We will ensure that all customers affected receive the full value of what is lost. You should see this reflected in your account no later than today. And fair play to Coinbase, they were good to their word and they reimbursed all of the clients that have been impacted by this. But again, this isn't really that surprising because the business consistently tries to position itself as kind of like as trustworthy as a bank. Brian Armstrong, the founder of the platform,
I'm Brian Armstrong,
consistently pushes for regulation of the space and constantly discusses his dialogue with regulators, such as the SEC, including this Twitter rant about them when they U-turned on Coinbase's ability to offer an interest-based product, even though some of their competitors were allowed to offer the same product. The rant aside, the fact that Coinbase then decided not to launch the product shows that they're willing to work and listen to the regulators, because this was a fully developed product that they poured loads of money into and was going to deliver a lot of profit to the business, I assume, and they just scrapped it on the back of the regulator U-turning on the decision. This is a stark difference to, say, Binance and the feedback they've received from the FCA in the UK. So reimbursing clients for fraud that occurred as a result of a flaw within the Coinbase system isn't that surprising, because you would expect the exact same from your high street bank account provider. But I do question here what would happen if it was more than just 6,000 clients. What if billions of dollars of crypto got stolen off the platform? How deep are Coinbase's pockets, and what is its appetite for refunding billions of dollars to customers? I feel reputationally they need to be seen to be doing this, but if billions went missing off the platform, they may struggle. US regulations do not protect UK customers, and the Financial Services Compensation Scheme here in the UK doesn't cover cryptocurrency assets. So if your money is stolen off the platform for whatever reason, Coinbase are within their right to turn around and go, well, that's not our problem.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
That being said, this has been dressed up as huge news by some news outlets, and in reality, it kind of isn't. Coinbase customers have been reporting hacks intermittently throughout the company's history, and this is not surprising. It's just like high street banks where customers have been defrauded on a regular basis. Back at Barclaycard again, I was just one member of staff in a room full of hundreds answering calls from customers. And honestly, I would be taking calls every single hour where people would be calling in to report the fact that they felt their card had been used fraudulently. In 2020 alone, the amount of reported card fraud topped out at £574 million in the UK alone, which was actually a pretty good year. One of the common criticisms of cryptocurrency is that it encourages fraud, but I would honestly say that any form of value encourages fraud. If that wasn't the case, we wouldn't have locks on our front doors or passwords for our computers. It can be data, possessions, crypto, or just traditional currency. Leave it unprotected and someone will try and get it. And fraud within finance is very widespread. The difference is some of the crypto fraud we have seen has been very large in scale and values into the hundreds of millions in some cases. And with this affecting 6,000 clients, it's hit the headlines. But honestly, this must be a constant battle for Coinbase, just like it is for any other financial institution trying to stop their clients from getting defrauded. The issue is so widespread, Coinbase has a dedicated page giving details on what to do if you notice suspicious activity on your account, or if its details have been compromised. But I imagine hackers are constantly trying to exploit weaknesses within code, and that constantly needs to evolve as well. But one worrying trend that I did notice whilst researching this video is the fact that customers and staff internally are reporting that Coinbase is struggling to keep pace with the growth and the demand that is bringing from a security perspective. But just to reiterate, in this case, they refunded everyone and put everyone right back where they started. So what can we do as customers? In my opinion, and that's all this is, just an opinion, this isn't a reason to turn around and go, right, I'm not using Coinbase anymore, they can't be trusted. It's more of a stark reminder of the fact that exchanges being hacked is kind of commonplace, and it's only a matter of time till even the big boys like Coinbase get attacked. It should act as a reminder that you are responsible for how you store your cryptocurrency, and leaving it on exchanges, even big ones like Coinbase, is not a safe thing to do. We see it with all manner of businesses, and it seems like a monthly occurrence that a huge business confesses to a data leak. Remember when Ashley Madison, that cheating website, got hacked and everyone's data got released?
Ashley Madison, which is a dating service for married people looking to have an affair.
Data leaks are really common, but the fact of the matter is we don't value our data like we do the pounds in our bank accounts or the cryptocurrency we store on exchanges. We probably should, but that's a video for another day. But it's only a matter of time until criminals exploit weaknesses in the systems of these exchanges, and as crypto investors, we need to do what we can to protect against this. There's a few options you can do here. The first and simplest being that you can spread your cryptocurrency around a few different exchanges, kind of limiting your exposure to one of them getting hacked, but that's no real long-term solution. The second, and probably the most secure way, is to have a hard wallet or to store your cryptocurrency in what's called cold storage. Effectively, you put it on a fancy looking little USB drive and you store that somewhere safe in your house or wherever you want. There are all manner of options ranging in price and features, and below in the description are a few different links to videos and articles that review some of them. None of them are affiliate links, and I'm not sponsored by any of these businesses. It's just the research that I did, and I'll put it there for the squad to have a look at. You then need to figure out where you want to store your wallet. And if you're anything like me, the more valuable it is, the more you can bet on the fact that I'm going to lose it. Now, you do get kind of like a code that you can recover your cryptocurrency. So as long as you keep that code safe, if you do lose or damage the hardware wallet, you can recover your cryptocurrency. But yeah, you need to have a safe place to put it all. For me, I like the idea of a fire and flood proof safe or safety deposit box. I know that kind of seems a bit extreme, but if I turn around to you and said, right, here's thousands of pounds, you can't stick it in a bank and you need to protect it from theft, fire and floods, where are you going to put it?
Close the door behind you.
Yeah, I guess that's one option, but I find a safe is a little bit less messy. And honestly, what's more gangster than having a safe in your house?
I just doubled up on crypto. I just doubled down on the new vest. Now my chair looking like 2 checks. Type of money made me want a 2-step. Who next?